Well, welcome to another episode of Third and Three. I'm your host, Chad Nelson, and I want to introduce my two guest hosts, or co-hosts, I guess is the right word.
We're the permanent guest hosts.
We're the permanent side host.
My
What
two
are we?
sidekicks, aka Robin, Mr. Mark Belcher on the left there. Say hello, Mark.
Kid Belch.
Thanks, kid. And on my right, Mr. Kurt Nelson. Say hello,
I'm not
Kurt.
even Robin. I'm Alfred. I'm the
Right.
butler.
You're whoever, right. Exactly.
That's believable.
Hello.
All right,
That is
guys,
believable.
we're going to talk today about the state of college sports. College sports are now openly commercial. Many athletes are closer to pros than they are amateurs. In fact, I heard a statistic today, guys, that college sports last year spent $1.6 billion on athletes, and $1.1 billion of those dollars went to football players. So that's how much money's funneling in, which is just absolutely annihilates when you think, if you thought of it as essentially AAA of football, like a minor league sport, it's way outpacing that. It's to the point where many players are staying in college because they know they'll make more money in college than they'll make in their rookie contracts. And so, anyways, it's a real problem. So let's talk about that.
Not for the players, it's not, but yes.
Right. So you combine this dollar figure with the portal, which allows players to transfer on a whim to the highest bidder, and you basically you've got the NFL, but with no restriction, no free agency restriction. Almost like I can make a move whenever the market allows me, like whenever a better offer comes up.
Is there a limit to how many times I can go into the portal as a college
Not
athlete?
right now.
I can
Not
go
right
every
now.
year.
Every year.
I think you go twice a year.
Oh, you can.
Pretty sure.
Wow.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
point being is it's going to destroy sports. It's going to be basically in fact, I saw a coach today from in hoops from the University of Oakland saying that he spends his entire summer going out to donors trying to get alumni to basically fund so that he doesn't lose his entire team. Oakland last year made it like one or two rounds into the NCAAs. And he goes, I got 2 or 3 players that, of course, got offers after we had that run, and they're all going to go to higher paying offers.
Yeah.
Because at Oakland, we just don't have an alumni that throws millions of dollars at sports.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right. Well, I mean, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about what should happen, what will happen if we don't make any adjustments. Break it down for us, guys.
Go ahead, Belch.
Yeah. So I remember saying like 10 years ago, the Buffs were crappy at football again. And, we were always saying we're a basketball school now because Tad had it kind of going pretty good on the Buff basketball. But my family has had season tickets for football since 1963. And in basketball, my dad got them right before that, when the event center was made. So that's like 1978, right? So I've pretty much gone to all the games my whole life and big fan. I always said, when the Buffs lose me, look out, that's a problem. The Buffs didn't lose me. The NCAA has lost me entirely. I'm not going to redo my football tickets next year. I got rid of my basketball tickets this year. I don't know any of the players on either team.
Yeah.
The only guy I can name on the Colorado Buffaloes football team right now is Juju Lewis, the starting quarterback, who was a 5-star quarterback. And I guess he decided to stay. Probably could have got paid by somebody, I would imagine, or maybe we're just paying him a lot. But at the end of the day, it's just made it where the rich teams, instead of hiding what they were doing, it's just out in the open now. It's just a free market. And I have no problem with players making money. Good for them. I mean, I wish Jeremy Balloon would have got paid when he should have, back when he was an Olympian and he was not allowed to play football. What a joke. NIL was meant for people like him that had actual endorsement deals. It wasn't meant for the third string tight end at Ohio State to make $200,000 a season.
Right.
I mean, but that being said, don't hate the player, hate the game. Nobody's willing to make any rules. The SEC and the Big Ten are just driving this thing into the ground. It's going to be a 2-conference thing at some point, unless they decide to let more people in or more. I don't even know how many teams are going to be worth anything at some point. I think Colorado's like 44th in money, and it doesn't seem like they're even close to in the game at 44th. So
Right.
it's just, like they're right there with like NC State and some others. And, not that NC State and Colorado were ever juggernauts. I mean, but they've had winning moments.
But-
And, it's going to be tough.
Right. You're saying at some level, even at 44th, the disparity seems so wide
It
between
is so
them and
wide.
say the top 10 that
Yes.
there's no way Colorado can become competitive unless a happy accident happens, like Indiana surprised everyone this year and did some amazing things. Do you think, well, two things. Does Indiana have the funding? They probably do after this year.
They
They're probably,
do. So he
yeah.
brought a bunch of players from JMU last year, and they had a good
Right.
season. And Bloomington actually has one of the largest alumni bases in the country, and they have some rich people. And
Okay.
he did a good job of getting in front of them and getting his players paid and bringing some more bodies.
Okay.
And from this point forward, he probably can continue it. But I mean, you have to have a moment like that.
Yeah.
Dion was close. Prime was close. I think he had a moment in time where he could have made this stick, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a Phil Knight or T. Boone Pickens type of guy, it's pretty
Yeah.
tough. But you have to get the entire alumni to step up, and that's like a moment in time that happens.
Do you have a
And you have
prediction
to-
on what you think will happen? Where will we end up a year or two from now if this continues? Just business as usual? It'll be the new paradigm? Or
I'm hoping that they make some rules around transferring. I
yeah.
think that these should be contracts. They should be actual employees of the university. And if you leave, you have to pay back a portion of the money or something along those lines.
Mhm.
It can't just be. I mean, this is like free agency without restrictions,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
insane.
Right.
And no salary
and-
cap on the really rich teams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's getting worse every
Yeah.
minute. That
Yes.
the rich are getting richer,
Yes.
and if you're not part of the rich, you're just an intramural team.
right.
Yeah.
It's going to be the
Yeah.
New York Yankees times 100. Seriously.
Yeah,
where
I
it's
mean,
just
and,
like
but
one.
baseball, at least you could get 2 pitchers and can compete. You can't
Yeah.
do that. You can't compete with Alabama football
Yeah.
when they got your fourth string
it's
is
funny.
better than your starters.
You look at Alabama. I think the SEC in general was down this year, and I think a big
Mhm.
part of that is historically they cheated better than everybody else, and they didn't tell on each other.
Right.
I'm dead serious.
Right.
And
No, it's
because
true.
of that, they always had the most talent, and they just paid all their players and got them. I was going to say something bad. Anyway, and
Family show about
the Big Ten every now and then
Cushy
had somebody that was
jobs?
crooked.
Is that
but
what you meant to say?
Somebody would,
Cushy jobs?
somebody would call them on it, in the Big Ten or the Pac or those conferences were a little bit cleaner, I guess, for lack of a better term. Then you have the outliers in the ACC like Florida State and some others that, obviously cheap too. But at the end of the day, I think this made it where Ohio State and Texas, like really big schools that don't have a pro sport really in their entire city that are over 2 million people, and there's not a pro sport within a 3-hour drive. Like those are perfect storms where they have huge alumni bases, huge populace, where it is the biggest thing in town. It's really tough to compete against that. You go to like here at Colorado where you have, we have 3.5 pro teams. Can't count the Rockies, but I mean the Avalanche, Nuggets, and Broncos are all totally legit, and they're 30 minutes away. I mean, what are you going to choose as a fan?
Yeah.
It's
For sure.
It's apples.
Yeah. No, great point. Great point. Bumps, what's your take on this whole thing? And do you have a solution or do you have a prediction about where you think things might end up?
Yeah, I mean, I think Belch covered a lot of it. It's really, if you left the NBA and the NFL to have no salary caps, and the New Yorks and the LAs could spend 10, 20 times what Oklahoma City could, you would have tremendous disparity. And that's what we have
Wow.
right now in college athletics.
Wow.
I think that what you'll see in the short term, and you saw it this year actually in the football playoffs, the first rounds were blowouts. Every one of them, just about, except Miami, was a blowout. I think you'll see March Madness turn into it's really a round of 16, and to get in there, it's just going to be blowouts.
Mm.
And then people will tire of that, and you'll see the restrictions come back on. There will be things like you can't spend more than X, and an individual player can't get more than Y, I would think, and you can't transfer more than twice.
Right. No, that's a great point. Like, what happens on a team too, team unity, when say your left tackle literally gets $1,000 a month stipend, and your quarterback's making $5 million a year. Like,
I mean, you saw that last year with CU, right? The
yeah,
the defensive back, whose name is escaping me for some weird reason, Hunter, he was giving his portion of, they have a certain pool that goes to all the football players, and he was giving his portion back to the pool because he's like, I feel bad, I'm getting 10x what the other guys
Yeah.
are getting.
Yeah, I'm actually on actual commercials, so I'll just let these
right,
guys get my money.
Yeah,
right.
He's
Yeah.
a pretty good dude.
So do you guys
yeah.
have any idea what keeps this from going down to the high school ranks? Like, does the law say, hey, look, if an organization's making money off you, or if you can sell your likeness, right, you can sign big NIL
That's
deals.
already happening. I mean,
Yeah.
there's juniors in high school that are already
Right.
getting money and stuff. Yeah, there's no reason why it won't go down. I think until they create some kind of rules, it's just going to be that way. So
Yeah.
the only thing that stops this from, and I do think this will occur, is failure. And failure is
Yeah.
in viewership
Right.
and ticket sales
Yeah.
and, and selling gear. And if you're losing someone like me,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
thinking there's more of me out there.
Yeah.
You're going to see programs drop football. You're going to see programs,
Yeah.
not care if they're in a big league and just, yeah, we'll play sports, but, the new Pac 12 is fine. We'll just, hope that our students like it enough. But I mean, there's no point in trying to be in that game if you can't play. And if the big boys don't bring some of the others along, I don't know that people want to watch
I
10
agree.
teams play each other.
Right.
You
Right.
know, the NBA, the NFL, and the NHL are the most popular sports because of the parity, because they've created a great system where any team can win. In the NBA, you've had Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, and Denver win. I mean, those are the
Yeah.
smallest markets in the NBA, and they've won in the
Yes.
last 3 years. So that's what makes people care. The
Yeah.
NFL, I think it's every team in the NFL has made the playoffs, about the same. It's like it's incredible parity as far as how often they make the playoffs. I mean, there's a couple outliers, but
Right.
for the most part, within 3 years, anybody has a shot of winning a Super Bowl if they just, get a good coach and do it right.
Right. Right. No, that's a great point. I mean, right. It's racked with problems. And at the end of the day, you're right. This will lead to failure, in part what you were saying, Belch, in terms of, like, I don't even know my own roster. It changes so dramatically from year to year. I go in
And for
and I've
Mark
got
to say that is
yeah,
astonishing. He used to be able to rattle off the third stringers.
yeah,
Yeah, my dad and I would talk every day, and we'd be like, this Marcellus Elder, he's going to be a player in 3 years,
right.
and he was, or Darius Holland, or I
Yeah.
I can name whole starting lineups for years and years,
Yes.
but no, you can't anymore. It's impossible. And
Yeah.
and they come from everywhere. We had a guy that started middle linebacker not last year, but the year before, who played at 6 schools in 6 years. I mean, that's just stupid,
Yeah.
And
Right.
also, why are guys playing 7 years? COVID's over. What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't even.
Carson Beck looked like a 28-year-old insurance salesman in the national championship game.
Somebody was saying he looks like a sloth because his eyes are on the side of his head. So he
Great
has
vision as a quarterback,
great
though.
vision.
Well, on that note, as we talk about college football, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it out there. I hope you enjoyed our discussion. There's a lot there to fix when it comes to college sports, and though some of the athletes are really benefiting from it, it might break the whole system, and so that's what we hope doesn't happen. But
No,
we're
that's what
on
we
a
hope
path.
does happen.
Well, you're right.
It's
I'm
gonna
hoping
require
cooler heads
breaking before
prevail
they
before
fix
the
it.
whole thing blows up. But if it doesn't, then maybe out of the ashes might come something new and more consistent with what college sports has been. And so, anyways, guys, I want to thank you for tonight. And that is another episode of 3rd and 3. And we will see you on our next episode.
Please be like Carson Beck and subscribe.